Hi everyone, it's Dr. Lynch. It is Sunday, Father's Day, and I'm just responding to a couple emails I got with some questions about how to actually complete Level 2. So, as any teacher should, if you start hearing from a few students about, where there's confusion on how to do something, then it's on you to kind of to try to clarify as much as possible, right? So let's do that. I will say too, there's about a half dozen folks have gotten in their assignments already, and they did it pretty tightly in terms of how it was asked for. So so this should be useful either way, either to confirm that you did it the way I was hoping for, or to clarify it. Either way too, just know, as I stated at the beginning of the semester, the point here is to have smart, useful fun in terms of learning about languages and meaning and learning, doing so in a bit of an alternative way. And if something doesn't work quite right, or if we miss something, then we'll make it right. We can figure it out. So that's the spirit of this. So let's get going here. All right. So this is the Grad Grinds 632 page, right? And over here is what I should be doing. And this week for Level 2, if you scroll down here, you'll see it has Level 2. These are the two questions we're dealing with, and then these are the links to the texts, and then this is the redemption slip. It says 2.1 because there's like 2 weeks involved in Level 2. You're doing the same thing both weeks, just with different texts. Okay, so you got that, and it's like, all right. If you haven't watched all the way through the Level 2 introduction video, do that. And if you haven't watched my follow-up video message around Level 2, do that as well. Those will be very helpful. And sometimes you might be trying to watch stuff in between classes or teaching or whatever it might be. So it's always good just to rewatch the videos if you haven't had a chance to. All right. So here's the basics of it. All right. There are 4 texts this week. There's the Intelligence at Work by Mike Rose. There's Eminem on Writing, Rhyming, English, and English class. There's a great LRA Research to Practice episode by Ian O'Byrne, looking at disciplinary literacy, and then there's an excellent talk by one of the gurus of disciplinary literacy, Elizabeth Moya, I believe is how she pronounces her last name. There's a lot of debate about that. But that's the first. So the first step is you want to actually watch these videos, and you can take notes. You do not have to take notes on the video notes from last time. It's just about if you're watching a video and you're just jotting down some things, it's perfectly fine. Okay. So you watch these first. Okay. Now, the next step is to leave, it says number 2, is to leave super thoughtful and succinct comments on one of 3 places: Grad Grinds, LinkedIn, or Twitter. So all that means is for each one of these texts, I'm asking you to leave succinct and thoughtful comments in one of the 3 places. If you click the direct link here, as we'll just do because we can, if you click that link, all it's going to do is it's going to take you to the Grad Grinds page. So based on the notes that you captured, right, based on the things that you were jotting down, you would come down here to the comments box and you would drop a comment there, all right? Or what you can do, let's say again, it's that same one, it's on the LRA. Or you could say, well, I'm going to go over actually to LinkedIn because I want to build out a little more of a presence there, be part of some of the activity. And so I'm going to click on that link, and it will take you to where I posted this link on LinkedIn. And as you can see, there were some students in your class have already been dropping some comments. I owe them some replies, and I'll be getting to that. But as you can see, some folks started jotting them down. And I've been reading through these. It pushes through on my phone as it comes through, right? And this is great. This is succinct. These are succinct. They're specific. In response to it, it's not just, oh yeah, I think this is great, I think this is blah, blah, blah. It's you're giving me very specific feedback. And what's also useful to remember when you're trying to figure out how do I write these little succinct responses is I don't, as a good educator, right, teacher to teacher, I have rubrics in here that break down for you, here we go, global engagement, what is it that makes a stellar response? It's all right here, okay? The other way you can do that, again, using the same text, is you could also leave that global engagement comment on Twitter, and when you click on that link, it will take you here, and as you can see, we have some responses here as well. All right, it does look like this is a threaded response, so meaning on Twitter it's a little different, where Sometimes you have character limitations in ways you don't in other places, and so sometimes you thread the responses. But you're leaving your feedback to that specific text, whichever one of the videos you're interested in. You're leaving it either in Grad Grinds or on LinkedIn or on Twitter. One of the reasons why there was some confusion there, I think, is because we also had the suggestion earlier this week to create maybe something like a group space where people can engage in the class. And so I did create a LinkedIn group over here, and this is also a space. This is a less formal place. This is just where throughout the class, if you just want to, kind of a separate space to engage in conversations that aren't directly related to a text, then you can do that over here. That's all that space is. So apologies if that was confusing, but I was trying to be responsive to a suggestion in the course. All right. Now, pause for a second and ask yourself, does that make sense enough? I think so, right? I'm going to watch each of these videos. I'm going to take notes, not using that video thing from last week. I'm just going to be jotting down notes as usual. And then when I'm ready to put together a comment for each of these, which is what he's calling global engagement, I'm either going to do that on Grad Grinds by clicking on the direct link here, or I'm going to click on the LinkedIn link or the Twitter link, which will send me right over to LinkedIn or Twitter where that very same post was posted, and that's where I can leave my comments. That's all I'm saying up to this point, all right? Finally, once you've done that, once you're like, this is great, I'm rocking and rolling, this is fantastic, excellent, now you have to do the redemption slip for the week. Now here's what the redemption slip consists of, okay? You open up the redemption slip, and what you're going to see is it's asking for your name. A couple folks signed up for the class on the later side or were registered later, so just make sure your names are up here in the drop-down, okay? I'm asking you to put a screencast URL, and then I'm asking you to put these quest URLs. What is that about, okay? So to be clear, here's what's happening every time you leave a comment in one of these different spaces, okay? Every time you leave a comment, either on Grad Grinds or LinkedIn or Twitter, I'm getting notified it's going into a stream, and that's great. But what ends up happening in a course like this is it ends up happening that not everybody, but most people are doing it right now into tomorrow, and you're getting bum rushed, right? And so it makes it difficult to keep track of where everybody's coming from. So what I'm asking you to do, both for your sake and for mine, is I'm asking once you're done, once you have all of the comments made, I'm asking you to make a brief little screencast video that just shows me where you put everything. So a screencast is, as I shared in the opening video, a screencast is just where you record what you're doing on your screen, and it lets you do a little tour of anything that's happening on your screen, and you can talk at the same time. So for the week 2 redemption, what I'm asking you to do is to create a screencast where you say, hi, Dr. Lynch. For level 2, here's what I did. I put my Mike Rose comments on LinkedIn. Let me show you over on LinkedIn where I put it. And then you can click and show me. I mean, what's even quicker is if you kind of line up all of the posts in your tabs before you start the video, and then it goes a lot faster for you. And then you just say, here's where I left my comment here. And then over on Twitter, I left this comment. And wherever you chose to leave your comments for the global engagement, you walk me through it. You press stop when you're done. Screencast-O-Matic, which is the name of the product I recommended, will give you a link to that video, and that Screencast-O-Matic link is the one you're putting here. What it's saying here with these Quest URL links is it's saying over here, here's Charlton's response, right? If you click here, what I can actually do is copy a link directly to the comment, right? So I'm asking you, and it says copied link, and then I could come over here, and I could just put the link directly in there, and as you see, that just gives me, what this all does is it goes into a spreadsheet, and it will show me your name, it'll show me the little video you made that just says, don't worry, I did all 4 videos, here's where everything is, it's here, it's here, it's here, it's here. The video's it doesn't need to be more than a minute or two, it's not a long video. And then these links will also be in the spreadsheet, so I can just make sure that I've kept track of everything accurately. And that's it, all right? And then there's a little, tell me, where are you at in terms of the course? Be concrete, specific, and real, as usual, all right? So if it's helpful to have until Tuesday morning with this, that's okay with me. All right. Just email me though and tell me that that's what you're just gonna take the extra day because this like was confusing for you. And it's a good thing to figure out and be confident in because you're going to be doing the same thing for level 3. Okay. So if you need the extra time, just quick email, say, watch the video. Thanks for the video. Yes, I'll take till Tuesday. And that's it. All right. And if you're the kind of person who's like nervous, unsure, panicking, that sort of thing, email me and we can hop on the phone. Okay. But remember, the idea behind this is that we want to try engaging with these kinds of texts in some different sorts of ways. We want to really explore language and meaning and learning, but what you'll also notice we're doing is we're doing it through some of the new kind of languages through which learning and meaning are happening, which are through these kinds of online, digital, and social media spaces. So if you're the kind of person who's I think there's probably some folks who are loving this and just down for this sort of thing, and I think there are some folks whose personalities are probably a little more this is making me nervous now. If you're the latter kind, just reach out and tell me. Okay, again. We can hop on the phone, we can chat. And what's most important to me is that you find opportunities in this class to learn, to grow, to apply things to your practice. And everything else we can work out one-on-one if and when we need to. Okay? So that's it. Hopefully that's helpful. And if you have any questions, any concerns, just reach out to me. All right? For those of you who have left comments already, I'll be getting online now very shortly to start responding to some of those. I look forward to seeing them. And note too, whenever you post on any of these spaces, I'm getting little pings on my phone. So my phone's kind of ridiculous right now, in a fun way. But just be aware of that, and that's a reason for the redemption slip to be more of that screencast approach to make sure that we can make sure to manage everything. Okay. All right. So. Cool. I will see you online.